Hello, dear students. We are now in Lesson 11, Probabilities from a Population and Sample. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to find the probabilities found in a population and sample problems. So since we're talking about probabilities, it is helpful that we find the z-scores of a row score that we're going to find out with. So we will be using the following formulas. If you're given a population data, you use the formula for the z-score x minus mean over standard deviation. And if you're dealing with a sample, you use the formula z is equal to the sample mean minus population mean over population standard deviation over square root of your sample size, which is n. Now let's proceed to a given problem to understand further. The average time it takes a group of college students to complete a certain exam is 46.2 minutes and the standard deviation is 8 minutes. Assume that the variable is normally distributed. What is the probability that a randomly selected college student will complete the exam in less than 43 minutes? As you can see in this problem, we are being asked to find the probability that a student will get or can complete the exam in less than 43 minutes. To solve for what is being asked in the problem, first we need to identify what are the given data from the problem. So the first one is the mean. The mean is 46.2 minutes. Next is we have the standard deviation. The standard deviation is 8 minutes. And our random variable x is 43 minutes. So based from what is given, we know that we need to use the formula z equals x minus mean over standard deviation for the z-score of 43 minutes. So we will just substitute 43 minus 46.2 is equal to 8. And simplify, 43 minus 46.2 is negative 3.2 over 8. Negative 3.2 divided by 8 is negative 0.4. Hence, our z-score for 43 minutes is negative 0.4. Remember that we're going to find the probability at the left of our x, which is 43 minutes. Since our clue here, it says that we need to find the probability that a student will complete the exam in less than 43 minutes. So, we know that the z-score of 43 is negative 0.4. So, we're actually finding the probability at the left of our z-score, negative 0.4. So for us to find the probability, we need to check the area under the normal curve for our z-score, negative 0.4. So let's use the z-table to find the area of negative 0.4. So negative 0.4 is right here in our z-table, and since it's 0.4, we top 0, 0. So where these two areas cross, that's the area of our z-score. So it falls at 0.3446. Hence, the z-score of negative 0.4 is 0.3446. Now remember that we want to find the probability at the left of our z-score. And according to the rules, if you want to find the probability at the left of your z-scores, then you must keep the area that you found in your z-table. Hence, we can conclude that the probability that a student will complete the exam in less than 43 minutes is 34.46%. Let's have another problem. The average number of milligrams of cholesterol in a cup of a certain brand of ice cream is 660 milligram, and the standard deviation is 35 milligram. Assume that variable is normally distributed. If a sample of 10 cups of ice cream is selected, what is the probability that the mean of the sample will be larger than 670 milligram? Note that we want to find the probability that the mean of our sample will be larger than 670 milligrams. For the solution, first let's identify what are the data that we can find in the population or in the problem. So our mean is 660 milligrams. Our standard deviation is 35 milligrams. The sample mean is 670 milligram. and our sample size is 10 cups. Based from the given, we know that the formula that we need to use is Z equals the sample mean minus population mean over population standard deviation over square root of n. So we will just simply substitute the 670 minus 660 over 35 over square root of n. Simplify further. 670 minus 660 is 10, and 35 divided by square root of n is 11.06797181006. So we simplify, that's 0.90350799029. And we round it off up to 2 decimal places. Our z-score is at 0.90. Since we want to find the probability that the mean of the sample will be larger than 670 milligram, it's the same as writing like this. We'll find the probability that our sample mean is greater than 670. And it's the same with saying that we want to find the probability of our z-score at the right of our z-score, which is 0.90. So first, let's locate the z-score or the area of our z-score 0.90 on our z-table. So in our z-table, here's 0.9 and 0.000, that's 0.90. And the area where these two z values cross is our area for 0.90, and it falls at 0.8159. Hence, that's the area of our z-score, 0.90. So remember that we want to find the area at the right of our z-score. So we need to use the rule that if we want to find the area, we need to subtract it from 1. So 1 minus 0.8159, that is 0.81841 or 18.41%. Hence, we can say that the probability that the mean of the sample will be larger than 670 milligram is 18.41%. So I hope you learned something from this lesson. Have a statistic amazing day.